Ivern, pakibigyan ng screen sharing si Sir Fab.
Toby lang ako. Huwag namang
Toby yan, Toby.
Fab kasi fabulous. Sir Toby.
Masyadong maganda yan.
Toby, mag-left ka pa. Yan. Sige pa.
Saka maganda po yung ginawa niya kasi merong pang date. So it's as if talagang December 3 siya.
Yes, okay.
Oh. Actually, you have given us an idea. Thank you, Sir Toby.
Sige.
Game na. Game na.
Meron na po kayong screen share. Ivern?
Wala. Disabled pa.
Disabled pa. Nasaan sa Ivern? MCs, nasaan sa Ivern? MC, wala rin kayong sound.
Hello?
Ayun, may sound pero mahina. Kayo pa naman ng mga MCs. Ivern, technical. Pwedeng bigyan si Sir Toby ng yan yung ina-avoid natin yung mga technical glitches.
Okay. Sound check.
Meron ako naririnig na feedback, parang echo. Nag-e-echo ang technical. Sir Toby, meron ka ng access sa screen share?
Let's check. Yeah, meron na.
Meron na, opo. And I can hear you loud and clear and you register very well in the camera. So,
well, I can start the screen share and you can just
record it. No?
Yeah, start the recording. Then I'll just
Okay. Ivern, in 3, 2, 1, start recording, please.
Recording in progress.
Good afternoon, and congratulations to all of our new chemists and chemical technicians. I am Dr. Fabian Dairit, the President of the Integrated Chemists of the Philippines. And what I'd like to do now is to give you a brief introduction to the ICP, and which will be your new community for your professional life. So the ICP is an accredited integrated professional organization, or IPO, of registered chemists and chemical technicians in the country, and this is duly recognized by the Professional Regulation Commission. This is the RA 10657, otherwise known as it used to be known as a chemistry law, now it's a Chemistry Profession Act. It was signed into law in 2015. Now, this is maybe perhaps the most important article that I would like to share with you, because this is really meant to guide your professional career. So Article 1, Section 1, or rather Section 2, Declaration of Policy, chemistry is vital to public safety, the national economy, and the protection of the environment. It is therefore the policy of the state to promote, regulate, and protect the professional practice of chemistry and to ensure the continued development and high international standards of the practice of chemistry in the Philippines. So I hope all of our new chemists and chemical technicians will take this declaration of policy to heart. That is, chemistry is important for public safety, it's important for the national economy, and it's important for the environment. So it is our duty as chemists to comply or fulfill these policies that have been so declared. So this is the ICP mission statement, and that is to be a recognized partner in nation building through the professional practice of chemistry in academia, government, and industry to strengthen the national economy, protect the environment, and improve the quality of life of all Filipinos. So the ICP mission statement parallels the Declaration of Policy in RA 10657. So these are the duties of the licensed chemist and licensed chemical technician. First is, of course, to uphold the Constitution of the Philippines as well as the Constitution of the ICP. Second, to uphold the Professional Chemistry Act, which is RA 10657. And third, to maintain updated knowledge relevant to the professional practice of chemistry and to have follow the ethical practice of chemistry. We will share more details about this in some of the forthcoming symposia that we'll be holding for our new chemists and chemical technicians. Now, this is the ICP organization. So the ICP has chapters and clusters. So as you can see, aside from the ICP National, which is the main group, there are 12 regional chapters of the ICP. There is a chapter in Region 3, that is Central Luzon, going up to Northern Luzon. Region 4A, that is the Calabarzon region. Bicol region, Panay Island, Bacolod, which is Negros Occidental, Negros Oriental, centered on Dumaguete City, Cebu, Eastern Visayas, which covers Leyte and Samar, Eastern Visayas. Then we have regions 10, Barm and Caraga, which is Northern Mindanao. The Zamboanga Peninsula, or called Zampen. And then we have region 12, and they call themselves SOX, or Soc-Sargen. And then we have Southern Mindanao, which is based in Davao City. Now, what I will do is try to introduce you to each of these chapters. Now, in addition to the chapters, we have clusters. Clusters are subgroups within the ICP that come from specifically one government sector. So ITDI, which is the Industrial Technology Development Institute of the DOST, is a cluster based in government. We have a cluster on forensic chemistry, which is mainly, of course, a government cluster based in the Philippine National Police. We have a cluster of among UNILAB employees coming from industry. And Region 3 is taking care of a cluster for the Cordillera Administrative Region, and that is a government cluster. So this is the overview of the ICP chapters and clusters. And each member can select when they join the ICP which chapter they wish to belong to. So if you're based around the NCR, then you may want to join the ICP National. If you're based in Central Luzon or Ilocos or Cagayan region, you can choose to join Region 3 and so forth. So you have the choice of joining your chapter according to where you are working. So I will briefly introduce you to each of the chapters and clusters. So this is the board of the Integrated Chemists of Philippines. This is the national group, and I am the president. All the officers of the ICP must represent academia, government, and industry. So there are 9 members in all boards, 3 coming from academia, 3 coming from industry, and 3 coming from government. So we have 9 members in the ICP National Board. I'm the president, and I come from Academe. Our vice president is Dr. Glenn Alea, and he comes from Academe as well, De La Salle University. Our vice president is Mr. Mark Grajeda, external vice president. He comes from industry. Ms. Priscilla Samonte is our secretary, comes from industry. Our treasurer, Dr. Lilibeth Hu, is from Academe. She comes from University of the Philippines. Our auditor is Lieutenant Colonel in the PNP, Victor Dropete, who comes from government. Our public information officer is Mr. Admiral W. He comes from ITDI, so he comes from government. And we have 2 board members, Mr. Angelo Bugarin, who's with the Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority, so he comes from government, and Ms. Maria Josephine Gonzalez, who is with Nestle Philippines, and he comes from industry. And we have 2 staff which help the ICP National. So as you can see, all sectors are represented on the board. So I will quickly introduce some of the chapters of the ICP. So shown on this slide are the officers of ICP Region 3 chapter and the ICP Region 4A chapter. Next, I'd like to introduce the ICP Bicol chapter and the ICP Panay chapter. And here we have the ICP Negros Oriental chapter and the ICP Bacolod chapter. Here we have the ICP Visayas chapter and the ICP Cebu chapter. Here are the board directors of ICP Region 12 or SOCSARGEN and the officers of the ICP Zamboanga Peninsula. These are the ICP Region 10, Barm and Caraga. This is ICP Northern Mindanao and ICP Southern Mindanao. So as you can see, the ICP has the whole Philippines covered. So you can join any of the chapters depending on where you are working or where you reside. These are 2 of the clusters that the ICP has. We have a big cluster among Unilab employees. So this is under the supervision of ICP National. And we have the ICP cluster in the CAR, in the Cordillera Administrative Region. And this is administered by ICP Region 3. So anywhere you are, you can join an ICP chapter and a cluster if you wish. So since this pandemic, we've been holding virtual meetings. So this is a screenshot of the Zoom meeting of the ICP chapters and clusters last August 14, 2021. So we've been having all of these Zoom meetings as everyone else to keep the organizational activities alive. And finally, I'd like to share with you some of the responses of the chapters on the pandemic that we've been experiencing. So our chapters and clusters have been very active, mainly to prepare alcohol and other chemicals which are needed by to fight this pandemic. So as you can see, the ICP is very committed to assist the country with whatever is needed regarding chemistry. So on that note, I'm very pleased again to welcome everyone to the ICP. We look forward to your participation in our forthcoming events. So welcome, congratulations, and thank you for your attention.
Recording stopped.
Pwede na yan.
Opo, very nice. Ma'am Tess?
Okay. Yeah, Sharon.
Opo. So, okay na po, pasado?
Pasado. Ang ganda
Ang
nga.
galing.
Siyempre,
Sabi ko may problema, sabi lang yun. Magka-tape ulit ako.
si
Mabilis
Piolo
lang naman
Pascual namin yun.
Opo.
Mabilis lang naman.
So, nandito na rin si Honorable Sol.
Hi.
Good
Sige.
afternoon po, ma'am.
So,
Sige,
muna na ako.
Toby.
Sige, maraming salamat.
Toby.
Sige, maraming
Thank you,
salamat
Toby.
sa PRC, Legazpi. And thank you to the board. See you. Salamat.
Bye, Toby.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay, salamat,
See you.
Charo.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sige. Thank you.
Bye.
Sige. Ay, sa makuha ko mo ng link para sa December 3, ano?
Yeah.
Oo.
Yes, opo.
Sige, manunod lang ako doon, ha?
Opo, magiging witnesses lang tayo doon.
Kailangan mo magbihis doon o hindi naman?
Hindi na po, pero kung sakaling ganito po kasi yon, kung sakaling magkaroon ng technical glitch pa rin, mapipilitan kayo na mag-impromptu na
Okay. So, ihanda ko na rin ito just in case.
just in case, yes.
Oo,
Opo.
At saka magbibihis ako.
Saka magbibihis.
Kailangan.
Opo. And then yung virtual background mo, maintain mo muna hanggang December 3.
Ay, okay lang naman.
Opo.
Okay. Sige, maraming salamat. Ay, so.
Bye, Toby.
Okay, bye, Toby.
Sige, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Sige, thank you. Sige, salamat.
Si Ma'am Dory na lang, no, ang ating hinihintay sa room.
Wala pa ba?
Nandito na rin sa room si Mac, yung top notcher. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello po.
Afternoon.
Hello, Mac.
Po.
Congratulations, Mac.
Asan si Mac? Pakita
Can
natin.
you show yourself?
Pakita mo yung sarili mo. Hello.
Hello. I'm currently at work po kasi kaya I'm wearing a mask.
Okay. Saan ka nag-work?
I work at San Pablo City Water District.
Okay. Sige.
Congratulations.
Congrats, oh. Ang galing mo, ah.
Uh, We're just waiting for Ma'am Dory and then we can start. Si Ella ba nasa room?
Alam gawin. Sige, ikaw na lang mag-ano.
Yung PRB Sec nasa room?
Tapos dito na lang.
Or
Ito na lang sabi ng options.
tatakano.
Sir Xiao,
Yes.
po ang audio.
Okay naman, yes.
Basta. And then after you magsalita, training mo ka. I don't know. Kung sino nagsalita, sino lang yung magsalita. Oh, sige, kabila.
Lapit sa kanya.
Sharo.
Yes, ma'am.
Si Mac ba? Kasi si Mac nasa work daw siya, di ba? Pwede rin gawin niya na lang yung kagaya ng kay Toby na
Yes,
siya now?
Oo.
Para hindi siya masyadong maabala sa work niya.
Oo.
Ano po, I've already sent my recorded speech. Okay na po ako.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay na pala siya. Ano kaya, Sharo?
Ma'am, but we need him also para doon sa
Or-
oath take,
Yeah.
yung pag-recite
Okay.
ng oath.
Okay,
Kasi
okay.
siya ang magre-respond.
Ay, oo nga. Okay.
Opo.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I thought, no, we will have the oath taking live.
Yes, no ma'am. Ang live, yung pagsabay ng mga bata, ng mga oath takers.
Mhm.
So, recorded pa rin yung pag-recite ninyo ng oath
Ah,
taking.
okay. So, iano pa rin ngayon yon, basahin pa rin ngayon pala yun.
Babasahin pa rin po yun ngayon. Pero
Ah,
sa actual event po, sa actual oath taking, just in case lang po na hindi nagkaroon ng difficulty na i-play, then magre-recite na lang po ulit kayo.
Okay.
Opo.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
So, pareho lang, no? So, isang oath na lang for both the chemist and Gemtech. Yun, no? Isa na lang?
Opo, pero 2 beses pa din po yun. Kasi
Yeah. Pero yung text niya pareho lang, di ba? Yun na rin. Yung ginamit sa chemistry, yun din ang gagamitin sa chemist, yun din ang gagamitin for the Chemtech.
Yes, ma'am. I believe so po. Ang may iba lang naman doon yung chemical technician sa dulo as against sa chemist.
Okay. Let me see. Kasi parang sa tingin ko parang parang halos pareho lang talaga. Let me see.
Opo. Yung I state your name of
Yeah.
hereby solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines. that I will
Regulation
bear true
Commission is
faith and
mandated
allegiance
under
to
Section
same.
7A of
Legally
Republic Act
authorized.
number
Okay.
8981.
Chemical technician.
Oo, a legally authorized chemist. Tapos chemical
Kasi
technician.
yung dito, authorized chemistry practitioner. So ang aanohin ko, authorized chemical technician na lang.
Opo, actually dapat aalisin na yung practitioner na yan.
Oo nga authorized chemist dapat nga Kasi
Oo.
para kasi yung both, pagka sinabi mong chemistry professional, parehong it will apply to both the chemist and
That's right.
chemical
Opo.
technician. So to make it distinct, gawin na lang authorized chemist with a legally incumbent.
Upon a legally authorized, blank lang,
Chemist.
wala nang practitioner.
Yeah. Okay.
Ivern, pwedeng i-edit mo na rin yun. Take it out, yung practitioner. Ano kayang nangyari kay Ma'am Dory? Ba't wala pa siya sa room?
Katawagan na natin.
Ito na. I'm here.
Ay, yan na pala siya.
Good afternoon, Ma'am.
Good afternoon. Napanood ko na kayo. Sorry
Ano
ha. Nagkaroon ako ng problema
It's
dito
all right.
ko. Alam mo, kinukwento ko pa lang sa kanila na pagka hindi nagkasya yung aking isusuot, nag-struggle ako. Nagpatulong ako. Natanggalin. Ay, nako. Sharo.
Yes, Ma'am Dory. Opo.
Nag-record na ba si Toby? Si Dr.
Opo,
Toby?
katatapos lang, Ma'am. Katatapos lang. We will send you yung clipping yung recording niya. Pag na-splice na namin at nabuo na natin tong program, we will send you immediately para you can still critique and we still have some time kung sakaling may adjustment pang kailangan gawin.
Ngayon, pinag-uusapan nyo yung, ano itong Republic Act 8981? Ipapakita ba ito? Ano ba?
No ma'am, yan po ay prior doon sa, di ba ang oath taking natin ay 1:30. So by 12:30 to 1:30, ipi-play lang yan by yung loop, mga general instructions sa mga oath takers and all.
Oo.
Hindi po yan kasama sa actual program.
Okay. Okay. Ngayon, yung merong mga changes doon sa Oath of Professional.
The Professional Regulation Commission is mandated under
Inalis lang
Section
po yung
7A of Republic Act
practitioner
Number
sa
8981 or the PRC Modernization.
Kasi dapat po dyan legally
Authorized
authorized chemist or legally authorized chemical technician.
Yun lang.
Opo,
Okay.
opo. Yun para magkaroon ng distinction. Actually po, hindi na rin yung nakikita nyo sa screen, hindi na rin updated. Wala na si Com Reyes.
Yeah.
Kailan ba
Si-
si
Si Ascom, December 1, wala na rin siya. Retired.
Talaga? Si Aris?
Opo, si Sir Jerry's. Opo.
Mga tumatak.
May mga na ba dito? Mga kapalit na nila?
I've heard daw na...
IC. Ano ba, nag-OOIC ba sa commissioner? Di ba nag-o-officer in charge?
Wala po, hindi po. Wala officer in charge.
Mhm.
Sinong nabalitaan mo kay Ascom?
Ang pagkakaalam ko, yung item ng Associate Commissioner, pagkatapos ni Ascom, wala na. Although I am not really very, very sure.
Tatanggalin na. Oo.
Opo.
Pero yung kay Comioli, wala pa silang
Opo. Yung prior before the retirement ni Comioli, meron na malakas na yung buzz sa Grapevine na meron ng kapalit. Pero parang nung date nung 19, parang umatras yata yung gustong i-appoint as commissioner.
Siya, nagbago isip.
Parang gusto niya yata chair, hindi commissioner.
Ganon? Talaga?
Then,
Sino?
Hindi ko lang din alam. Ayaw sabihin pero mga kwan lang yan from mga unimpeachable source sa Malacanang.
Wala. Pero si chair ba? Hanggang kailan ang term?
He's retiring na rin po siya in August next year.
Malapit na rin.
Ang matitira si Conqueto, next year naman siya. Opo.
7 years sila, di ba? Mga 7 years yung mga
Opo. 7 years pa ang kanilang tenure.
Oo.
Pero si assistant com, si Ascom, retiree, midterm din ba ang assistant com or retiring?
Wala pong term.
Oo, retiring because he's really retirable na. Ganon.
Opo, he has reached the retirement age.
Yung
Opo.
compulsory retirement.
That's right. Opo, as 65 years old.
65.
And yung assistant commissioner po kasi prior dito sa RA 8981 nung Presidential Decree 223 pa ang charter ng PRC, ang associate commissioner ay executive director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Executive
director ba? Pero ngayon ano na ba ang level ng Ascom? Ano siya?
Para pa rin siyang nagpa-function as executive director.
Pero ano yun? SG 29. Okay.
Opo.
So parang sa board,